Welcome along to the EXFL Tier 2 Season 5 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We're back for round 2 of 22 on F1 22. We're just getting ready and start of qualifying has begun. Just making sure all checks are good. 13 drivers today, one less than last week. We had a few, there we go, Arsenal's back in. We had a few who were going to join and then last minute they had to pull out. Hopefully in Australia it'll be up again, but 13 we can work with. For now I'm just going to send the link to the chats. And we will get underway in a few seconds. And there we go. Right. Hope everyone's having a good evening. We've got a few still in the pits and we'll ride on board with Carbro just like we were at the beginning of the stream. So Saudi, most corners on the circuit of any circuit on the calendar. Let's see who can get all, I think it's 27 correct. And it seems like Carbo is already getting the first sector right. Little twitch there as that corner is proving to be one of the most difficult at the moment. Making sure not to invalidate through the twisty S's section. And when you master it, there's no better feeling. So, finishing sector 1, it's a 32.9. Not bad, not bad. As he's entering sector 2 now. Round the long left-hander. Making sure he doesn't lose the rear, going as wide as possible, not to hit the wall. And then keeping on the right, pulling out left, and then gearing down as BCFC Josh has already put a lap in, a 28.8, as the drivers are doing around 28s, 29s. He will be one to look for as Bram now goes for 28.6. We're going to continue with Carbro and then I explain some changes that have been happening in the past week. But Carbro, through the quick left-right hander. Oh, he's lost it, yep. I was going to say that's the second probably hardest corner to get right, and we're going to see quite a few of that. As Tigo 30.6 and Thies 600ths off his cousin. Right, so I'll take you through the order. Bram making his debut today in the Ferrari, cousin to Thies. Ferrari now looking to get their championship began with after Thies is trying to make up for what he did 7 days ago at lap 1, turn 1. But he's looking very quick today, as is his cousin. And BCFC Josh returning, runner-up last season, looking to try and make it one better now, and he feels comfortable as he's reserving at the moment for the Red Bull. Hopefully he'll get a seat later on in the season. Tigo, who I think didn't race last week, but if he did, he did. But yep, returning for the Alfa Romeo, hasn't moved, so stays P4. Carbro from McLaren to Mercedes, made that mistake, he'll have to go again. I think he didn't race either last week, so and he's proven to be promising. I mean, after that it's been maybe not, but we'll see. At Milano, Jacob, he's making his debut today. Let's see what he can do after as he just hits the wall there. Ned reserving, he made a few races, I think in USA last season, so we'll see what he can do. Josh Crabtree, one of the title favourites heading into this season as well. He didn't race last week, and hopefully we'll see what he can do this week. Jazz F1, winner of the Bahrain Grand Prix, championship leader of Tier 2 Season 5 at the moment. He is one of the favourites for today as well. Very quick, but the quickest person in time trial is still the Ferrari of these. Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. Warren, not bad pace actually shown in time trial so far. We'll see what he can do after just being the only non-scorer of Bahrain last week. Arsenal F1, he's joined back. Really didn't get his season underway how he did. DNF'd after a couple laps at the start. Hopefully he'll gain some ground in this race. JJ Francis, not a great start to the season for him after finishing, I think, P10. McLaren really on the back foot. And Cian Reynolds, really not finding the pace for Saudi at the moment. He's really not happy with the setup or the track in general. After losing out on the win, after being hit in turn 1 and then making a mistake of his own on the penultimate lap, what can he try and do here to salvage missing out on that win in Bahrain? At the moment, Tigo is on a lap. He's just heading through the long left-hander now. I think that said nearly, I think that 0.258 up, so Good on him, he's got an 8/10 gap to close to Josh. There's only 5 cars have set a lap time at the moment, and most of them in the pit lane. Tigo, Jacob, Josh, who's invalid, and Warren, who's also invalid. So Jacob, who is again also invalid. As Tigo has spun. Where's that at? Oh, I think that's just after the right left corner. So he'll have to go again. As we see Josh is on an out lap. We have 11 minutes left in this session. And it seems like Ferrari have really found their form. Cousins, they're going to try and keep it how it is at the moment. But we're obviously going to see the attack from people like Chaz and Josh and the other Josh. Both Joshes in the Red Bulls. That's going to be a bit confusing, but Josh H, Josh C. We'll just go with that. Josh and Josh C. Why not? Right, everyone is in the pit lane bar Josh and Tigo. Tigo is coming into the pits. Yeah, those tyres probably are ruined from that spin, but we'll see. Josh, really the only one we can watch at the moment. They're all coming out now on their out laps. Bram, Carbro, Arsenal, JJ, and Kian. Here he is, riding on board with second in the championship. Got the fastest lap in Bahrain to make it a 6-point gap to his teammate. We never know what can happen. It is tier 2. Just because Chaz goes in as the favourite doesn't mean he's going to beat Kian. But just because Kian's on the back foot doesn't mean Chaz shouldn't relax. I'm sure he's going to give it all as Tigo's left. Okay, we'll get him back in. Right, there we go. Right, as Chaz is coming out now. So we'll look forward to Josh, because I'm sure he started his lap. So we saw, I think, Carbo do a 32.9 across to the end of the first sector. It's a 32.4. Solid sector. He needs to find 2/10 and just a bit more to see if he can put Bram down to second place. He's got a bit of traffic in his way, but for now it looks like it's alright. As T goes back in, that's great to see. Taking it nice and easy, doesn't have to push too much. I think his time trial was a 28.0, and so was Bram's actually 28.0, and so was Charlie's at 28.0. Thies did a 27.8. So he's now heading through the quick left-right-hander. We got, I think, a Ferrari up in front. Is that Thies? Yes, it is Thies. So will he get a bit of a slipstream behind the Ferrari? Because it looks like it's all well and good at the moment. He's managed to get through every single corner, and he's actually is getting a bit of slipstream from Thies. He's only got one more corner to navigate now. He's keeping that nice and tight. He'll even have a bit more slipstream towards the line. So here we go. BCFC Josh on his return to tier 2. He's really staying behind that Ferrari. Across the line he comes. It's a 28.7. He improves, but it's not enough. He remains P3. He'll have one more go, I think, in this qualifying session. So who else is left? Carbro, can he? Oh, he's invalidated. What about Jacob? I think he's slowing down. Looked like he was slowing down a bit. Right, what about Kian? So far, so good. Let's maybe check his race rate. Oh, he's slowing down. What did he do in the first sector? 34. Yeah, he backed off. He must have made a mistake. As we got a yellow. One of the Ferraris. I think Bram messed up on his lap, but Thies has found time. 32.4. So we've got 3 cars heading into the final corner. A bit mushed up. We've got a few yellows out. I think one of the Red Bulls, yeah, slowing down a bit. So, Thies, now coming towards the end of Sector 2 now, just has to master their left-right-hander and make sure to not lose the rear. Slow, quickly to the left, round to the right, another right, and that should be good for now as Arsenal has put in a lap time good enough for P5. Kian will slot in P6, he will go again. Right, so what can Thies do? Even after helping out Josh, giving him slipstream, still couldn't beat him, still half a tenth off. So what about Thies? Never been on pole position. Is he going to be now? Oh, he backs off. Never mind. Best Thies has been on the grid, I think, has been P2 or something like that. But I know he's had podiums in the past. He's never had a win, never had a pole. We'll see how it is this weekend at Saudi. Bram also in the pit lane. 2 McLarens at the back. Peter Francis, I think, going again. Warren currently on a lap. Heading through the quick left-right handle now. And Ballard. Gonna have to back off. What about Chaz F1? Nope. So what about Jacob? Is he on a lap or is he backing off? I think he is on a lap, 33.8. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Oh, is that a spin? Yep. He's lost a bit of his front wing, but he carries on. He's going to get out of the way of the McLaren. That was a bit close, jeez. Right, top 3 in the pit lane. Just under 6 minutes to go. Tigo back out after disconnecting. Arsenal in the pits after disconnecting. Kian, is he on a lap? Probably not. Right, maybe he's starting again. Don't know if he's lagging or he is weaving, but he really isn't happy with this setup. We're going to go off him. He's lagging a bit too much. Carbro starting his lap. Jacob coming to the end of his. We'll stick on board with it. Actually, no, he spun, didn't he? About Warren. He obviously invalidated the right-hander. Looks like it's going good for him now. JJ Francis up to P4. Didn't notice that, but literally just happened. Still half a second off Josh, so the top 3 in a league of their own at the moment. Still waiting on what the 2 Aston Martins can do as Chaz is on his outlap. Warren invalidated again. Just going to check the chat. There we go. Right. Seems all is good. As Caro is slowing down. Maybe he's ran out of fuel. I'm not sure. 4 minutes 18 left. As oh, Tigo. Yep. Turned in a bit too early there. Lost the rear. If he doesn't have damage, he might be able to go again. But I'm sure he can get back in the pits. He has enough time. Stays like this, Arsenal P6. I think that would be a career best start. Kim Reynolds back in the pit lane. Right, here we go then. Chaz F1 starting his lap now. Reaching up to speeds of 200 mile an hour, you want to brake just before the 100 meter board. Get a tight exit into turn 1. Make sure you hit that orange curb but not go over it. And he's done that to perfection. He's got the first few corners just right and needs to be aiming for a 32.4, I think. Right up towards the wall. He's taken that a bit late and he's lost the rear there and he's backed off. Yep, your lap can be destroyed very quickly in those few quick corners. And he's going to have to go again. Right, Warren, still invalid. Ned's in the pits. Josh, fastest sector 2, but then invalidates at that corner again. And when I say again, I mean like other people have done it as well. 2 minutes 43 left in this session. Who's on a lap? Carbro. I think that should be fine. Right, so let's ride on board with him. Coming up to the quick left-right hander. Let's see if he can do it right. Downshift to 6th, maybe even 5th and 4th. Taking it really easy. Alright, no worries. Right, taking it very cautiously. 1 corner to go for Carbro. Currently running P8 and last of the people who have set a lap time. This should maybe get him ahead of Kian. I'm not sure about Arsenal as the Mercedes crosses the line for his first proper run. So 30.9 is clear of Arsenal. P6 for the Mercedes. Kian on his outlap. Warren. Valid. Chaz. Is Chaz going again? He is going again. He's pushing and this is the bit where he messed up. Beautiful this time. As we'll go off board, he's lagging a little bit on the onboard. He is still racing with a bit poor for connection, so hopefully that won't hinder him too much. Right, he needs a 32.4. So 32. Oh! Nope. Yep, this is why, because that's happened before. We thought he stayed out when the safety car came out, but he pitted, so he's made a mistake. And we'll wait for him to rejoin. Has he got damage? No. So I think he's good. We got 1 minute 8 seconds left. So Chaz F1 needs to get this next lap right. And on spun tyres. This grid could be very interesting indeed. As who's the Aston Martin into the final corner? It's Kean Reynolds. So this will be his last chance. We'll focus on him later. Who is on a lap? Warren's in the pit, so it looks like he's going to be starting this race in last. Ned is coming out way too late. Jacob's in the pits. Kean starting his lap. Jacob just finishing the end of sector 1. Carbro, invalid. He might be able to get across the line. Tigo starting his lap now. JJ Francis getting out of the way, and that's going to invalidate him, I think. Maybe not. Anyway, the top 3 all on their out laps. Josh just behind Thies. Bram now starting his lap. It's going to be 1 by 1 by 1 as we see who is going to be on pole for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. This is a great lineup as JJ Francis is just in front of them. Or splits the Ferrari, should I say. But who is on a lap as that is Tigo. Ow! Big crash. I don't know where that is, but that's going to distract them a bit as the Ferrari's coming through now. As I think that's it for Carbro. Jacob on a lap at the moment. Kean Reynolds, 32.8. That's not bad. That might get him up to P4. Arsenal's finished. Ned's finished. Josh is finished. Down in P11. He's going to be angry with that. Jazz F1. He's also one to look at. So we've got about 6 cars in the firing line. Bram, then Thies, then Josh as Thies has hit the wall a bit there. And I'm not sure if he'll lose so much time. He's hit the wall again. So, who is going to be first to finish their lap? As one of the Aston Martins is coming across the line now. Kean Reynolds, who was on pole for the Bahrain Grand Prix, crosses the line. He stays, he is P5. I thought he stayed P8, but it's P5 for him. He can only manage 5th on the grid. Now, what about our top 3? As Bram's invalid, Thies is invalid. What about BCFC Josh? JJ Francis is invalid. So it's Josh versus Chaz. As Chaz is in front, we will watch him. He's trying to get the slipstream from the Ferrari. He crosses the line. Now, the Aston Martin in P12 goes up to P4. He knocks his teammate down to P6. What about BCFC Josh? He crosses the line. Josh is on pole. BCFC Josh puts his car on pole position by 7 thousandths. BCFC Josh on his return to Tier 2 is on pole by 7 thousandths in front of Bram. These will start P3, and just like real life, it's Red Bull versus Ferrari. Jazz F1 can only manage P4. JJ Francis P5, and Kean will accompany him on the 3rd row. Josh is on pole. Couldn't believe that. I said F, like F. I was going to say F1 Josh, but wow. That's got to be the closest quali margin between 1st and 2nd I've seen in a while. Alright, 4 drivers didn't set a time. Jacob, Ned, Josh, the other Josh, and Warren. But BCFC Josh is on pole position on his return, just ahead of Bram, missing out on his debut. But a front row on your debut, you shouldn't be too disappointed with that. These will be a bit unhappy that his cousin has out-qualified him, as he went into this the quickest. Chaz F1 will line up beside him on the front, on the 2nd row. Kean Reynolds P6 with JJ Francis. We've got a race on our hands. Just checking the chats. Apparently Thies' lap was ruined. Apparently Ned got in his way. Ned didn't do much that qualifying session, but when he came out it was at the wrong time. But I did hear some people saying, like, imagine if it rains for the race. It's obviously not gonna. And obviously from the conditions it really isn't. But hopefully we won't have that formation lap glitch. Right, and we will see what tyres everyone is starting on as we begin the formation lap. Oop, right. There we go, right. Tyres, right. Josh, Bram and Thies on the mediums. Chaz, Jaden and Kian on the softs. And then everyone else on the mediums. So top 3 on the slower compound to the 3 behind them. The 2 Aston Martins on the softs. Split by JJ Francis. McLaren will be happy with that, as Arsenal and Ned are already disqualified. We asked them, please keep clean on the formation lap. We don't want a repeat of last week where we had to restart. So hopefully that will be fixed. Should be, hopefully, a 1-stop as Kian's left. Great. Oh, I think his Xbox has turned off because he's not online. Big shame for P6 on the grid at the moment. Luckily he's ghosted, so I don't think it'll cause too much hassle. But he's going to hopefully have to quickly get his Xbox back up and running. So, we've seen before, Josh versus Chaz at Saudi. This time they're split between 2 Ferraris, as thought I saw JJ Francis go off then. But they're all keeping it good. Josh maintaining the pace. As they're heading to the end of Sector 2 now. There's probably bound to be a safety car too. Warren's quite a bit far behind. He's going to have to catch up a bit there. And we will enable ERS viewing soon. When probably lap 3, when DRS is enabled as well. They're now just working their way through the straight and getting onto the final corner. Right. Done all I can for Keane to get back in, but he's still not online. Hopefully he will join back. Right, Josh just keeping the pace now. That's number 7. He's about to slot into position, followed by Bram. Ferrari and Red Bull sharing the front row. Just like it was in real life. If we get anything like real life with the battles, it should be a very fun race to watch. As Josh is disqualified and Bram is disqualified. They didn't do the formation lap properly. What about these? He's got it in correctly. What about Chaz? Carbo is also disqualified. Chaz has managed to get in grid. As so has JJ Francis. So has Tigo. Seems like Jacob's good as well. Josh. No, Josh didn't do it. Warren seems alright. So, we don't have any problems like last week. Hopefully, we should be getting underway. But if we are, then we might have to restart. And this saves Kean Reynolds a bit. I'm just taking a quick picture of the results, just in case. And if this does keep happening, we might have to turn the formation lap just off in general. As the strategy appears. I think we have that glitch again. Alright, I'll quickly message and ask. Yeah, okay, we're restarting. Right. Right. Let's leave the session. 2 weeks in a row this has happened now, so we'll have to look into that. We thank that you're patiently waiting, and a new lobby is being made now. Right, there we go. Right, there we go. Right, so Josh was on pole. Brown was second. Warren was right at the back. Thieves was third. Thanks for everyone tuning in. Great turnout. Just checked it now. Hope you can just wait a few more minutes and we should be underway. Right, Warren last. Josh 12th. There's Chaz. Right, JJ Francis. Then it would be Kian, then Tigo, then Carbro, then Arsenal, then AC, then Ned, then Josh, then one. Right, we're just waiting for Kian Reynolds, who is just restarting his Xbox. He's on F1 now. So as soon as he gets in, we should be readying up and be good to go. Hopefully Ned picks his car. Right, we'll just wait an extra minute. There we go. Ah, cheers. Right, right, just waiting on Kian still. Right. There he is, right. P6. Right, that's all good. Let's ready up. Why did I press A? I'm not ready up. Right. Hopefully they can hear me. My messages are taking ages to send. There we go. Right. Just waiting for them to pick their tyres, pick their setup, sort their strategy. And as soon as the countdown of 30 seconds finishes, the 5 lights will be on and the second night race out of 2 races will begin. And then we go to Australia in 7 days. Back in the sunlight down under. Right, there we go. Countdown's begun. Race will start soon. Here we go then. Don't know if any tyres have changed, but we will see. The 5 lights come on, and when they go out, we're away here in Saudi Arabia as AC Milano has jumped the start. BCFC Josh gets away, but Milano's already up into the lead because of that jump start. So wheel to wheel. Josh heading into turn 1. He's managed to keep it clean. The 2 Ferraris keeping it clean, but JJ Francis is off in the background. It seems like Kian's got a good start. Chaz F1 has had a horrendous one. He's down to P7 as AC Milano will have to hurry up and get into the pits. It's Kian Reynolds and these, they're battling again. It's happened again. Bram, it's not these, it's the other Ferrari actually. Bram is now down to last. So he must have had a collision with Kian Reynolds as Chaz is battling away with Arsenal. He's back up into P5 because of the Ferrari spinning. As Josh is getting past Milano as he's dropped down to P3 now. He was really not accustomed to this game at the moment. And now the 2 Aston Martins, but Kian Reynolds has spun. He's in the wall and he's crashed. He's lost a bit of his front wing. Chaos happening already as it should be expected. BCFC Josh, although has managed to keep the lead then. Thies is up to P2. Ferrari versus Red Bulls. Milano's going to have to serve that drive through. Chaz F1 stays in P4 as Bram is now down to last. As Tigo now is trying to get past Arsenal as they're battling their way through the left-right handers. As followed by Carbro, Josh, Warren and Ned. And Kian down in P11 who's really right behind Ned. And he's trying to get past him. He's going to have to pit. Looking further forward. JJ Francis actually looking further back. JJ Francis is battling with Kian and Ned. And looking further forward. Chaz F1 has got past Milano, who's going to have to hopefully serve his drive through now. Yes, indeed, he's coming in. So the top 3 separated enough to make sure there's no carnage. Tigo Vita will be up in the P4, followed by Arsenal up in the P5, as there's a massive battle now from Carbro and Arsenal, as Josh Crabtree sends it on both of them, but Arsenal's going to keep his nose in there, as they're still 3 wide, as Carbro has to settle for P7, as Arsenal's all out of shape. Brilliant move from Josh Crabtree there. He's up in the P5 as we've got a yellow further back. Oh, it's that Chaz! Chaz F1! He's lost out now too. Has he got damage? He has got damage. Both Aston Martins in the... Wait, no. That's Kian. As JJ Francis has spun again. What about Chaz? No, I think Chaz is alright. But he has made a mistake. And I'll still stand by it. Both Aston Martins in the walls because they've both made mistakes now. Down in P8 and P9. Bram behind in P10. Ned in P11. JJ Francis, second spin in 2 laps. P12 as AC Milano has got a penalty now. What is that? A 5 second. I'm guessing that's for speeding. But for positions gained, Josh I don't know why I keep saying Josh F1. BCFC Josh has gained nothing. The 6 cars behind him have gained... Oh no, he's out already. 6 cars behind have gained a position, and then the next 6 have lost positions. But Arsenal P5, but AC Milano, his teammate, is out, and that has caused, I think, a safety car or a VSC. They're all slowing down, and this might give, I think, people like Kian a chance to pit. I think that did say safety car. Yeah, it did. You can see right up there the flashing lights. So, yep, Kian Reynolds takes this opportunity to pit. Safety car out. It doesn't say because it says yellow sector 1, 2 and 3. But Kian Reynolds will be able to fix that front wing of his. Tigo Vito up in a P3. Josh Crabtree from P11 up to from P12 up to P4. Right, we already slowed things down then. Arsenal has got a 3-second though, but I'm guessing that's for corner cutting. Right, and then there were 12. So, BCFC Josh kept it cool, kept it clean. He saw AC Milano crash, jump the start. He got past him. Arsenal and Josh are overtaking each other for some reason. I don't know why Callum's overtaken Josh, but he's trying to get back past, I think. But yeah, there we go. Oh, unless he's got like a illegal overtake, like he's not allowed to. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. I think Josh, unfortunately, just has to accept that he's now lost a position to Arsenal. I don't know why he overtook in the first place, Arsenal, but maybe it was in AI or something, I'm not sure. Well, we've caught that on stream, we'll look at that after the race. Right, so, Josh, gain of position. These kept it clean up into P2 after his teammate got spun around. Tigo up to P3. Arsenal P4, Josh P5, and they were swapped just before the safety car. Carbo P6 gained his 2 positions. Warren up to P7 from last. Chaz F1 after that spin is down to P8. Bram, I'm not sure if he made contact with Kian, but he's down to P9 after that spin. Ned gained a position to P10 as they're swapping again. As I see Chaz F1, I think he just hit the back of Warren there. But JJ Francis after 2 spins down in P11, and Kim Reynolds after pitting as well at the back. Warren's now into the pits for some reason. It's up to him, I guess. And Kian's going to be in the McLaren sandwich. So the third row in P10 and P11. As we're already on lap 4 of 25 under the safety car. It should hopefully be coming in this lap. Just going to check the chats, see what's happened, get any insights if we can. Maybe into that Bram situation. I think Jacob's really angry at someone. Okay, so apparently Ned and Jacob have gotten into something. Ned ruined his qualifying lap or something like that. I know Ned ruined someone's qualifying lap. I don't know if it was Jacob, but yeah, Jacob's really angry. Hopefully he calms down. As for Ned, I'm not sure. I have to keep an eye, but safety car's coming in this lap. Josh will control the pace. And Thies is already right on the back of him. Tigo up in P3. I think he's going to have to hold off Josh for now. And we'll see when Josh goes. There we go. There's the shot. Thies trying to get alongside already. As he's gone now, and Thies will slip in behind him. As Josh has already passed Tigo. They're 3 wide with Arsenal. As Tigo's trying to hold off 4 wide nearly. As Carbo is now sending it. As Tigo down the inside of Thies now. Thies has to, and there's already someone spinning off. I think it's Arsenal and also JJ Francis again. Thies gets a penalty for cutting the corner. Red Bull and Ferrari make up the top 4 as Josh is trying to battle Thies. As we're looking further back, Tigo keeps hold of P5, Carbo P6, Ned up to P7, Kian on the back of him P8. Chaz F1 has dropped down. Oh, Chaz F1 has no front wing. The championship leader is in the walls as there's too much carnage going off. Kian Reynolds and has been spun with Warren. It's all happening once again, as amazingly the Red Bulls and the Ferraris 1, 2, 3 and 4. Just like real life. They're both Ferraris, well, I would say on the Red Bulls, but not really. As Tigo's now dropping down, who was P3, is now down into last. I don't think he has damage, he might have just spun. Warren, I don't know if he has damage. But Chaz F1 and Kian Reynolds, first and second in Bahrain, down to 9th and 10th at lap 5. We can see them now from the helicopter cam. This is a great angle. But looking further front, Ned goes wide, lets Arsenal through. Arsenal who spun at turn 2. I don't know if he got collected, but it was 3 wide. It was chaos as Bram now is right on the back of Josh Crabtree. He's trying to make his way back up. It's just so reminiscent of real life. It's great. There's Carbro, the George Russell at the moment, and JJ Francis, the Lando Norris at the moment. But as for now, Team Reynolds, Ned and Chaz are in the pit lane. So they're going to have to hope for another safety car. Tigo stays out. It's all going wrong for Aston Martin at the moment. Championship leaders at the moment. Looks like Red Bull and Ferrari are going to be catching them. And speaking of catching, Bram is putting Josh under all sorts of pressure now. And he's going to have to wait for the DRS to open if he wants a chance. But he is right behind that Red Bull as Thies is keeping to a second. But he does have that penalty. Speaking of penalty, Carbro now has one. So we look to penalties. Bram has a 5 second. I'm not sure if that was for hitting someone or speeding. As Warren gets a 3 second. Thies gets a 3 second when he put across at turn 2. As Josh has spun. Josh has made a mistake. The race leader. He's lost the rear and he's spun. He's down to P6. Thies takes the lead. Bram and Josh now battling. It's a Ferrari 1-2 at Saudi as Bram has got ahead of Josh. As Kian and Warren. Kian spun again. And he's got damage. Don't know if he was battling Warren. But he might have just spun. That corner is catching so many out. The one that Tigo's heading into now, I think. No. The one that Chaz is heading into. Anyway, looking further front. Carbro and JJ Francis. They're swapping now. Good move from the McLaren. So Josh Crabtree has been overtaken by Bram. And Thies has been inherited the lead because of Josh's mistake. Ferrari 1-2 at Saudi. As Carbro's coming back at JJ Francis. This seems like a good scrap. JJ Francis is going to hang it around the outside. And he does so. With no fear. He holds on to P4. He's gone a bit wide. Allows Carbro to get the outer line. And they're still going to go wheel to wheel. They're giving enough space between each other. And JJ Francis gets ahead, but he goes off track. Carbro just waiting for his moment as Josh is riding on the back of the scene very quickly. And he's catching Carbro out. I don't know if Carbro has damage, but Bram now gets a penalty. 8 seconds worth now. So Josh Crabtree could be in with a shot of winning this if he keeps his nose clean and out of track limits. As the 2 Aston Martins are getting back past each other because Kian is into the pits. Interval. There we go. Right. Stops. Kian's been in the pit lane twice now and he's on hard, so he's going to the end. 9 positions for Josh. Bram, after being spun on lap 1, is back up in a P2, but unfortunately with those penalties. Top 7 all on mediums, Warren on softs, Tigo on mediums, and the 3 at the back are on hards. So we're going to have to wait for another safety car. 4 people with 3 seconds and Bram on 8. We'll keep it like that for now. And we will now enable... What is that? Oh, lap data. We don't need lap data. Right, we will enable that. Right, so 5,798. Tigo's using all of these down to 0 as BCFC Josh and Carbro are battling now. Here we go. Right, Josh down the inside of Carbro. Carbro leaves in the room and he gets the move done on the Mercedes. Josh trying to come back through the field now. And he's on the back of JJ Francis now. Carbro really tries to ascend and he spun because of it. He tried to send one up the inside and he spun because of it. And he's hit Josh. Well, he didn't hit Josh, but he spun and hit the barrier. I think he's got away with no damage. But now JJ Francis gets a penalty. And Carbro now drops down to P8 and he spins again. Losing so much time. Arsenal now gets a 3 second. As he's now going to come up to nearly the Aston Martins. But that has lost him so much time. So many positions. And he's now down to P9. So, more and more penalties. Josh just keeping with as we got a yellow. I think that's Tigo. No, Carbro again. There is Chaz. Whoa! Carbro really not happy with himself. Loses a bit of his front wing. All of his front wing. I think he's trying to take himself out at this point. Right, there's Kian. And that's him out. Now, will that be a safety car? If the whole track goes yellow, as Steve sets the fastest lap, the whole track is yellow. We don't know. Wait, we can check that board. Here we go. Is it a safety car? It is a safety car. So, Carbro has rage crashed and rage quit. Which you're not allowed to do, so. This helps the two Aston Martins as Warren's in. Tigo stays out. Chaz and Kian on the hards, they will be helped. So will Ned. These, I think he's got one penalty. Right. So this helps Josh a bit more. Where are the stops? They haven't stopped yet. JJ Francis, P4 on mediums, has stopped. So watch out for him maybe. Because I'm certain he might be able to go to the end. Warren will be out ahead of Kian at this rate, I think. He is. Chaotic already. We've already lost 2. Ferrari 1-2. Red Bull 3-5. Carbo tried to send it on Josh after the move was done. It didn't work. Josh didn't do anything wrong. Carbo spun, but then he just gave up. Second safety car of the race. Just like Bahrain, we had 2. Oh boy. Yeah, Tigo has told me that his ERS is broken. We had that problem, I think, with Nathan a few times last time. Oh, what's going on? Right, the top 3. Bram, is Ferrari going to have to double stack? He's coming. He's going to block Josh at this rate. Josh will still be ahead, but he's lost a bit of time. But Bram has lost out because... Oh, and he's serving his penalty anyway. It wouldn't have mattered. But, yeah. That was a bit funny, but... Right, it'll be thieves from Josh from Bram. No, it'll be thieves from Josh from Tigo, I think, for the stops. But JJ Francis now, who's pitted in the lead. As for Arsenal, I'm not sure. Just checking the chat. Tigo's ERS is broken. It's staying on. You can tell, because look. Oh, that's so annoying for him, but he's going to have to cope through it. And I don't know if having ERS on through fast corners will make you spin, but if so, that's the answer for why he's made some mistakes. Bram comes out in P6, all on the hards and mediums, so it'll be interesting to see. I'll keep it on board JJ Francis for now. Right, I think that's sorted it. Yeah, there was that whole thing with Thieves and Tigo at turn 2. They gave threes a 3 second, but we didn't remove them, so... By the end, I'm sure everyone will probably have a 3 second. So Josh doesn't have one, Tigo doesn't have one. The other Josh doesn't have one, neither does Chaz or Kian or Ned at the moment, but we'll see. Arsenal on 6 currently. What about stops? Yeah, Arsenal hasn't stopped yet, but he's up into P2. JJ Francis has stopped. I don't know if his mediums will wear out before the end, but he's not looking too bad. JJ Francis, who's never got, I think, above P3 in a race. He might have been P2 once, but he's never had a win. There we go. Right. All saving their ERS now, all 100, apart from Tigo. I think actually Tigo's managed to sort his problem. T-Goat, because it's not on anymore. So good for him. He's managing to save his ERS up now. 100, 100, 100, 100, all 100. 98. Oh, that's good. That's good news for Tigo. Going to be able to save his ERS up, but the safety car will be in this lap, so he's going to be a bit disadvantaged if he can't get that up to full, but it is in this lap. So JJ Francis, I think for the first time ever, will lead them away. He's going to make sure Arsenal's behind him. Keep it all clean. Let's hope it is clean this time. He's really impatient to get this underway. He's hit the back of Arsenal, I think, right there. Josh Crabtree just making sure he doesn't get left behind. Tigo, I think. Oh, he's got his ERS on again. JJ Francis has gone, so Arsenal will follow him now, as Josh has already got past These at the restart, and he's going to have to give it back because he's overtaken too early, and These gets Arsenal on the line. So there's already action. There's 4 abreast now, nearly heading into turn 1. Arsenal has to back off 3 wide now with the Red Bull. The Red Bull has to cut across the track. He doesn't get a penalty, I don't think. And now Tigo's making contact with Arsenal, who's dropped right down. Josh Crabtree, I think, will be able to get away with that. I'm not too sure. Looking further back, it's Carnage behind. Carnage! As one of the Red Bulls now nearly loses the rear. They've all managed to somehow keep forward. But no, the Aston Martin of Chaz and Warren in the McLaren. That was inevitable. Someone was going round. Kean Reynolds goes off the track. I think he's letting Josh back through. Aston Martin not catching a break today. JJ Francis is off to the races with Thies following behind. Thies timed that perfectly because Josh Crabtree overtook too early and he had to give it back. And Thies nearly timed it to perfection. He had to actually slow down a bit before he overtook Arsenal. But in P2, Tigo up to P3. I think, oh, Tigo, he's still got his ERS on, so I'm not sure his thing's fixed. But yeah, he's spun now. Kean up to 7th. Ned slows down just so he doesn't hit the back of Tigo. Accidentally good on him, but Chaz now down to P10 and Warren down to P11. So further front. Bram P4, Josh P3, Thies P2. Josh has come back now up the field. Josh, the other Josh, now has it all to do as he's down the inside of Arsenal into the final corner now. And that was a pretty easy move on the Williams. Thies sets the fastest lap. He's right on the back. McLaren versus Ferrari for the lead of the race. And surely he'll be up and past soon as Kean Reynolds now gets past Arsenal. He's into the pits. He hasn't made a pit stop yet, so that was expected. As Chaz F1 versus Ned now for P8. He goes down the inside. Pretty easy move. I think he got a warning there maybe, but Warren, 5 seconds for speeding. It just look like Chaz has any damage, but Aston Martin are going to try and feed their way through now. Kean on the mediums, so maybe we'll try and catch up to Josh. As we reach past the halfway stage now, lap 13 out of 25. JJ Francis just holding off These. These will definitely be going to the end. JJ Francis, I don't think can make it to the end with those tyres as he brushes the wall there. These just has to wait for DRS to be deployed. Just staying behind for now. JJ Francis not using his ERS as much. He knows when to deploy it, and Thies knows when to deploy it, and he thinks the right time is now as he's pulling alongside on the outside. They bang wheels as JJ Francis is not going to put up much of a fight, and he stays behind. Thies takes the lead of the race as he hits the back nearly of JJ Francis. Lagged a bit there, but I think that was fine. But now he's going to use his ERS. Thies took the lead of the race, but JJ Francis on those mediums is coming back at him, and he's going to go to the inside now, and he's going to pull off, and we don't know everything that's going to happen with the lag, but he sends it down the inside, and JJ Francis retakes the lead of the race. Good scrap there going on. As what's going on here? I think Chaz just got past Tigo. As Tigo's going to come back at Chaz. Going to try around the outside, but with no ERS. He's still going to try. Nah, not quite. Good positioning of his car there. Chaz, no, he loses the rear. But he still might be ahead of Tigo. As Tigo's wheel to wheel. As Josh gets a penalty into the corner. Somehow they managed to stay facing forward. Tigo amazingly did not spin there. Just enough room being left for Chaz. That was good. That was really good. Right, Josh got a penalty. Let's go to penalties. First 3 seconds. Ned 3 seconds. Bram on 3 seconds. These on 3 seconds. JJ Francis on 3 seconds. We got a yellow. Oh, it's Kian Reynolds. I think he's got the damage, but his teammate's going to be soon behind him. We know what tyres people are on. We'll just keep it on penalties. I think Kian's got away with that without damage, but he's allowed his teammate to get right up to the back of him now. Both not on penalties, so if there's a late safety car, they can still gain from the 4 in front with penalties. Josh, 7 seconds behind Bram, who's right on the back of the other Josh. As looking further forward, there's a battle for the lead, and there's a battle for P3 and 4, so we're going to keep our eyes on the battle for the lead. As These and JJ Francis wheel to wheel as we start lap 15. JJ Francis stays ahead of These. Looking further forward, Bram has got ahead of Josh. He sets the fastest lap. And looking further forward, JJ Francis is just ahead as the 2 Aston Martins are swapping. It's Kim Reynolds versus Chaz F1, first and second in the World Championship. Kim Reynolds is going to try and hopefully get Chaz, but Chaz has that DRS, so he's going to have to stay behind for now, and Tigo's too far back behind to do anything. Josh really struggling. He's just going to have to hopefully follow the Ferrari and keep within 3 seconds to beat him. Graham, 1.9 behind his teammate. They both have 3 seconds as it's These versus JJ Francis once again. Top 4 all covered by 3 seconds. And 7 seconds back, Josh with a bit on his own at the moment now. Chaz! No, he's lost it. We caught that. Good save to keep it out the barriers, but that's him down. Really not enjoying himself at the moment. It's been a horrible afternoon for the championship leader. Kian's up to P6 now. How long has he had those tyres on? Nope, wrong one. Oh, 8 laps. 18 laps on mediums. That's going to be a bit hard to pull off. Tigo, I don't think he's stopped at all. Maybe lap 1, but he's not going to the end. Surely not. Right, looking further front. These, he's going to wait for now. He's trying to get a better exit now. And he's going to stay behind. JJ Francis has way more ERS than These. Really putting up a good defence. He's moving. He's moved once. He's moved twice. And he's going to move again. These goes to the inside now. He's going to try and take the lead as he goes in deep. JJ Francis trying to get the switch back. These goes out wide. They're still battling. They're still wheel to wheel. But in the end of it, These has got back in the lead as JJ Francis is actually going to send it. And he hits the wheel of him and spins. I'm not sure if that was the smartest thing for JJ Francis to do. Maybe room should have been left, but I think JJ Francis sent it way too deep for Thieves to leave that much room. And I think he's got to blame himself there as he now gets a second penalty. That'll be looked at, but the defence has come to an end and it's ended with a spin for the McLaren. It's back up for the Ferraris, a 1-2 with BCFC Josh on the back of them. So it was Josh, Bram and Thieves in that order at the start. It's now Thieves, Bram and Josh on lap 16 as Chaz F1 gets his first penalty. The 2 Ferraris versus the Red Bull. Josh doesn't have to overtake them. He can stay behind and win this race. Thieves and Bram, should I say, will try their best to get a 1-2 as Arsenal. Tigo's dropping down without a front wing. The track's all yellow. So does that mean a safety car? We'll find out on the board. They're slowing down. What does the board say? It's a 3rd safety car in this race. This helps Kian Reynolds. Who else does it help? It helps Tigo, I guess. Without front wing. 3rd safety car. And Thieves leading ahead of Bram. And Josh into the pits. Followed by JJ Francis. as his teammate stays out. So it's going to be a Red Bull 1-2. It's going to Ferrari 1-2. It's going to be a Red Bull 3-4, I think, if Kian pits. Yes, he does. Right. And Chaz, I think, obviously will pit as well. Yep. It's the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Did you expect anything less than the carnage that is ensuing now? Still 11 running. Just like last week, we had 11 finishers. Only one will not be getting points at the moment. Ah, okay. Cheers, Will. Yeah, we haven't had a VSC yet because Tier 2 is too good for just VSCs. I just wish that Sector 1, 2 and 3 would go away, but oh well. Right, Arsenal gets ahead of Tigo in the pit lane, and Tigo, with nothing to lose, will now be last. They've got a while to catch up to the safety car. As, yes, his ERS will save. No, it won't. Yes, it will. But it will all go again, unfortunately. Oh, no, it's still on. Still unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo. Arsenal P10. Let's see the positions gained. That's not it. There it is. Right. Tigo lost 4 at the moment. Arsenal's lost 1. Warren's from last is up into P9. Jazz has lost 4 positions. Ned is up to P7. He's gained 4 positions. Kian and JJ Francis, after being literally everywhere. JJ Francis spun twice at the beginning, led. Kian Reynolds spun twice, was in the middle, at the back. They're where they started. BCFC Josh from pole is down into P4, but he's on the fresh rubber. Josh Crabtree from P12 is up into P3. He's gained 9 positions, the most positions. Maybe he's your driver of the day. Bram still stays in second as his teammate is in first. As what's this? Josh Crabtree is into the pits. That's very late from him. But with 8 laps to go, surely he can put the softs or the mediums on, because hards seem to be a bit of a slower. He's going to put the softs on, so it's going to be a mad dash for him. But he's going to drop down to P9 if Warren doesn't pit. Warren is pitting, so he'll be P8. There's Kian and Ned and Chaz, I think. Yeah, Ned splits the Aston Martins. Interesting. Right, we'll see this. Right. So Ferrari have it all to do. Staying on the hards. We've seen this before a bit. Because if Bram can hold them up, and Thies can get into the distance with his speed, he's the quickest here in Saudi on time trial. He's got to put that to the test now. Because at the moment, it looks like Josh is in the best seat possible to win this at the moment. Soft compound tyres, no penalties. I'll check his warnings. 1 warning on lap 1, 1 warning on lap 16. Josh. Yeah, exceeding track limits warning on lap 1. We'll quickly check lap 16. But, you're going to give me a sec? Lap 16, Josh. Okay, so Josh is 1 warning away from getting a penalty himself. What about Kian Reynolds? Let's actually quickly check him, because I think the safety car's coming in this lap, so we will hurry it up. 2 warnings on lap 1, and then a warning on lap 12, and then 2 warnings on lap 16, so I'm sure he's been in a few collisions. Kian, collision with these. Wait, so Kian... Wait, no. Collision with Bram, so it was Kian and Bram that sent Bram spinning. Okay. Kian, collision with Chaz. I don't think Kian's actually had any. Okay, he has 1 warning. No, he has 2 warnings. So Kian Reynolds as well is on 2 warnings as well. I don't know about Tigo. I don't know. I'll check later, I guess. But Kian and Josh are 1 warning away. But as for Thies, he's led. He's gone. He's 1.6 seconds away. He waited, was really close to the safety car. And now he's gone. He's actually not that close because BCFC Josh is already alongside him. And JJ Francis is in the mix as well. They're going to make it 3 wide heading into turn 1. This is obviously going to be carnage once again. But the Ferrari holds off, looking further front. Yeah, we got a spin already. I think that's Ned in the background, or half spin. Good save. But it seems like they've actually all kept it all right. Kian Reynolds on the back. As JJ Francis hits the back of one of the BCFC Josh. He outbroke himself, and he's been spun again by Kian. JJ Francis getting really just everywhere from left and right, and he's down into P8 behind his teammate now. Aston Martin up to P4 and 5. Josh P3. He's on the back of Bram. He goes round the outside of the Ferrari. Bram's going to hold it deep. Bram spins. He hits the wall. He broke too late. He's trying to defend too hard. And that's lost him P3 now to Chaz F1. And now Kim Reynolds is going to be on the back of Bram. Tigo trying to stick with them. Josh trying to come back as well. In P7, the two McLaren staying on the back. They're battling now. Arsenal just watching this as they're lagging, so we're going to focus forward. 1.2 seconds between Thies and Josh. As Kian could still end up on the podium at the moment because he has no penalty. But him and Josh are on 2 warnings. 1 more warning, and then they're all level the playing field. We've got a yellow in the back. I think that's Arsenal. It is Arsenal. He's lost a bit. He got a bit of damage as Josh Crabtree gets ahead of Tigo Baito, I think. As JJ Francis from nowhere sends it. Josh gets the better exit and he gets back in front into P6. Warren on the back of them now. Right, 2 McLarens battling in the background. JJ Francis trying to get back ahead of Warren as they're keeping in form, keeping in order, and Warren is still ahead of JJ Francis. So we'll look further forward as BCFC Josh has got it under a second. He may have all the pace in the world, but when compared to the hards to the softs, Josh is just giving everything as JJ Francis gets, I think, another penalty stuck behind his teammate. McLaren really not helping each other. As I think that was the other Josh. Yeah, 6 seconds now for Josh Crabtree. Same with Warren. 9 for JJ Francis, as is Arsenal. 3 for Ned, 3 for Bram and Chaz and Thies. We have 5 laps remaining in this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and at the moment BCFC Josh is looking to win. We saw in real life a Red Bull versus a Ferrari in the dying stages, and now we're seeing that again as Chaz F1 really under pressure from Bram. Kian Reynolds 1.5 further back, but Bram on those hard compound tyres is still going to try and get past Chaz, and he's going to have to hopefully go around the outside and wait, unless he is going to go around the outside, but he is going to get the DRS. That's what he was trying to get, and he's going to stay behind the Aston Martin, and he's going to use that DRS. But up in front, we have to check. BCFC Josh versus Thies. He sets the fastest lap of the race. Is Josh close enough? Not quite. What about Bram? Not quite either. So Kian just sticking with, because at the moment, yeah, he'll definitely get a podium at the moment now because Bram has a second penalty. Right. He's really trying to push on those hard compound tyres. Ferrari. Have they done what they did in real life? Josh has spun. And is that the race win now? Out of his hands. That's a crucial moment. That's another mistake from Josh. Somehow we're managing to catch all these spins live. But Chaz F1 is now left. Let me get him back in real quick. Don't know if his Xbox has turned off. I think it has. Oh, that's a bitter disappointment for the championship leader. It's all happened on lap 21 again. BCFC Josh, the win was in his hands. He spun. And that's somehow not a warning, but he spun and he's lost the win because Kian Reynolds now is going to be able to get past his ghosted teammate and go up into P3. Chaz is back, so that's great. Ferrari 1-2, Aston Martin 3-4, Red Bull 5, 6 and 8, they're dropping down. The Red Bulls, the Ferraris, what is happening? Is it a safety car again? A fourth? It is! Oh wow! Kian Reynolds could be in with a shot of winning the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Red Bull and Warren have tripped over themselves. I have no idea what happened, but Josh has dropped to 9th. I think he spun again. Josh, the other Josh, has lost his front wing. What about, yeah, I think they've both lost their front wings. With Warren, JJ Francis in the pits. Tigo, I think, is also in the pits. Red Bull are going to have to double stack. Ferrari out in front. They stay on the hards. Kian Reynolds, through the despair and anguish and spins and anger and leaving and joining, is up into P3. And at the moment, is looking on to maybe win this race. Chaz F1 is back. Luckily in the car, the safety car has helped him a lot. But he's now behind with a penalty. Yeah, 3-second penalty. So Kian, most definitely, if no spins happen, will get P2, so Bram. But Thies really has to push now, because he has the pace advantage to Kian. But with so little laps left, we don't know what this podium's going to be at this rate. Everyone on the softs, bar Ned on the mediums, and the Ferraris on the hards. This, you do not want to go anywhere, because these final few laps are going to be so anticipatedly watched and so chaotic. We should be used to tier 2 chaos by now, but this is going to be something else. This is going to be very interesting to watch. So, will it come in this lap? I don't think it will, actually, because we're still waiting for Josh and the rest, Arsenal and the rest of them to catch up. So BCFC Josh, P11 and last. So he's going to have to try his best in these final few laps to gain anything he can. The pole position, man, running in last with 3 laps to go. It will be soon. Safety car is not coming in this lap. So we're going to have, what, 2 laps of running? If we do a lap 23, we're going to have 2 laps of running. Wow. 2 laps for these to get a 3-second gap to Kian Reynolds. That's obviously 1.5 a lap. And it's going to be quite something. And what stands between Thies and Kian is his teammate. Ferrari versus Aston Martin. Aston Martin have been nowhere all race. I don't think I've seen any of them in the top 3 all race. But now, or 4 for that matter. But now, Aston Martin versus Ferrari. They're 1-2 in the championship. Aston Martin obviously with that big points haul scoring maximum last time. Ferrari now, they're thinking it's their turn. Fastest lap is obviously going to Josh at the moment. And I don't think it'll be beaten. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Right, I'm going to quickly, and I say very quickly, check the chats. Because we're in for 2 laps of madness. Oh, and Tigo has 1 warning. Thanks for letting me know. So you never know. Tigo Baito in P5, you know, with a broken ERS system. You never know. As wow, Keaton getting right up to the wall there. You don't want to bit bottle it now. That would be the biggest L. Right. Will telling Thieves to keep it calm and collected. These, who I don't think has made a mistake today. I think he's the only one who hasn't spun today. So, and if that is the case, and he goes on to win, he is the deserved winner. These, who has never won a race in his EXFL career, who's had podiums. Bram on his debut, who's running up in the front after being spun by Kian right at the front. What will that happen? There's already tensions between Kian and Ferrari with Thieves last week, and he's collided with the other Ferrari and spun him. Jazz F1 championship leader at the moment. If they finish like this, Kian Reynolds will take the championship. The safety car is in. Tigo will use his ERS. JJ Francis, he's really pulling his punches by sending it a lot, but we'll see what happens. Josh Crabtree trying to gain as much as he can. Arsenal P8, Warren P9, Ned P10, and Josh P11, but we're looking further front. These, like the last safety car, we've had 4 in this race. He's going to try and get right up close to the safety car, but it's going to back him off a lot. So we're just going to keep it to penalties, because that's what will happen. These goes now. Now Bram, Kian alongside, Chaz alongside Kian. Chaz has boxed Kian in, and Tigo Vita now on the inside now. Chaz F1 into P2, Bram P3, he hits him. Kian Reynolds round the outside. Chaz F1 has hit Bram. Kian now. They're all, there's chaos. And Aston Martin, Warren up to P3, Kian Reynolds P4, Arsenal P5, Josh P6, into the wall goes Josh Crabtree, he's out of the race. Big crash there, as one of the Aston Martins has no front wing. Chaz F1, I think, has no front wing. Warren and JJ Francis, Arsenal P5, Josh and Kian now battling. 3 seconds already, Thies has the gap. Bram still in P2, Josh and Kian now battling for the podium positions because they both don't have a penalty. How on earth has BCFC Josh gone from P11 to P3 in the span of not even half a lap? His teammate has been crashed into the wall. Warren up to P5. Chaz F1 is out. The championship leader out of the race as Callum now has been spun. It's all happening, like I said, on the last 2 laps. JJ Francis, I think, has no damage, but he's down to P9. Arsenal after a spin, P8. Tigo battling away with Ned in P6 and P7. He's hit the back of him. Warren up to P5. Kian Reynolds is already dropping off the back of Josh, who's trying to battle with Bram, but he's going to get P2 anyway, even if he doesn't get past him. But out in front, these as JJ Francis is now out. And then there were 8. Arsenal versus Tigo versus Ned. Tigo sends on Ned, he spins him, he hits him, and Ned is spun, half spun again. Ned, P8. Arsenal battling away. We're on to the final lap. Oh my lord. Arsenal sending down the inside of Tigo, who's using his ERS. They bang wheels, and they're still keeping it wheel to wheel. But out in front, Warren P5, Kian Reynolds on the back. He can still be on for P2 if these two trip over themselves. Out in front, these ties, however you want to say it, is looking like he's going to get his first win in EXFL here tonight. Arsenal has got ahead of Tigo, who's been spun into the barrier. He's now down in last without a front wing. I think he'll finish, but chaos and carnage ensuing. Tigo, Ned, Arsenal, Warren, Kian trying to be on the back of them. Josh, who's right on the back of Bram. It looks like Bram will fall down to, I think, P4. Warren's genuinely going to get 5th at this rate. And he's not too far behind Kian. He's actually gaining. So, it will be, I think, Kian 3rd. Josh 2nd. Kian at least gets a podium out of this. Josh from Anguish will, I think, not be too disappointed with P2. As Bram on his debut, too many penalties. But out in front, his teammate, for the first time in EXFL Tier 2. He's weaving. He knows what he's just done tonight. Thies crosses the line. He wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And for the first time in EXFL Tier 2, Thies is a winner. Josh will come back up to finish 2nd. Kian Reynolds, I don't think he'll be too disappointed. He finishes on the podium to be the only driver now to finish on the podium this season. Bram will finish P4 on his debut. Warren is P5, his best ever result in EXFL Tier 2. It's a top 5 finish for the McLaren. Arsenal, I don't think, would be too disappointed with P6. Ned P7, great for him. And Tigo will be P8. What a chaotic Grand Prix. We don't know if that's the final result, but I think we do know. Thies is a winner in Tier 2 for the first time ever. Congratulations. What a crazy, crazy race. 4 safety cars. Double last week, and that's 2 for 2. Never disappoints. I'll try and get Thieves in the lobby now. In the party, should I say. Invite to party. Thanks for everyone who's tuning in. Who has tuned in. I lost my voice. Chaz F1, championship leader, is out. Thieves, who scored, I think, a few points, now overtakes him with that win. So Kian, I think, is leading the championship. Right. Thieves, if you want to include your audio, let me know when you have. Guys, these. Are you there? Oh, he's just connecting now. Oh, he's left. Okay, I'll get him back in. Wow, what a race. And there's your result. Fastest lap does go to Josh, so 2nd place does take fastest lap again for the 2nd race in a row. These, if you can include your audio. Oh, well, I'll just relay what you said to the viewers. But Thieves, you are a race winner in EXFL Tier 2. Yes, congratulations. How do you feel? He says great, and he's left the party. Wins, says great, refuses to elaborate, leaves. He's having trouble. He's on the Xbox app, so hence why I don't think he can include his audio, but he's happy. I'm sure Josh and Kian will have some words, whether they're happy or not. We'll discuss it in the chat, and we'll see you in 7 days' time for Australia. We'll see if there's been any changes, but what a race once again. We're only 11th of the way through the season, and already we have so much to talk about. What a race. And we'll see you, in 7 days' time at Melbourne for round 3 of Tier 2 Season 5. And tomorrow will be round 2 of Tier 1 Season 6 for Saudi Arabia. Make sure to join in then tomorrow at 7.